You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome.
Good morning. I'm Sue Fulmer, a practitioner in training and the Secretary of the Core Council here at Center for Spiritual Living, St. George. I'm happy to lead the meditation today. Please join me. I take my thoughts today from a prayer by Lane Taylor in the February Science of Mind magazine. Such a beautiful prayer. So settle into your chair and take a deep breath or two. Scan through your body, and if there's any tight places, breathe into them and loosen all your muscles and relax. Imagine floating weightlessly and visualize the images that I'll be giving you. We begin. I view the shimmering orb that is the planet Earth. This earth is a gift I have been given to discover, experience, protect, and nurture. The earth sustains me in return. It glows and pulses with the life force embodied in it. From my vantage point, I see no borders, no barriers, and no conflict among its people. Like the planet itself, there is an extraordinary beauty and variety in the features of those who inhabit it. One spirit manifests a multitude of life forms in a collective masterpiece of the creative force. A symphony of dialects, a palette of pigments, a manuscript of ideals. I cherish our differences, and I celebrate the common bonds of spirit, laughter, tears, love of friends and family, passion for music, and the quest for joy and beauty. I joyously travel my world, delighted in discovery, connecting at the heart and through the eyes of each being in it. I experience a planet of peace and beauty. I experience a planet where pain is eased and disease is healed. Resources are abundant. There's always enough. Each individual is respected, lifted, and loved. My earth is ethereal, radiant, and alive with the essence of billions of hearts beating to the rhythm of love. This is a place where every whispered prayer is answered and our oneness is revealed. It is a universe built on faith. I live in a place that is balanced and harmonious. I am immersed in a thankfulness that is ocean immense and raindrop pure. Come back slowly and keep these images in your mind and heart. Our Sunday service will begin soon. Thank you for being with us. Namaste.
You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living St. George. My name is Chris McCardle. I'm a practitioner here, and we are delighted to have you with us today. Well, we're an open and loving and inclusive community that supports thinking creatively and living a deeply spiritual life. That and a whole bunch more. I love this part. It's kind of new for us. And I'd like for you to just really listen to these words of what we are and who we are. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Not a small mission there. And our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, to awaken our community to its divine nature and the greatest expression of who we are. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. And our values are love, freedom, participation, enthusiasm, acceptance, contribution, cooperation, and of course, humor. So our team today is behind the scenes is our lovely little Marina. She's pushing all the buttons. And as you know, Sue Fulmer did our meditation, and she will also be doing the reading. And I, Christopher McCardle, will be doing the host position, which is talking to everybody and introducing everybody and telling you all kinds of things. So it's my pleasure to be here with Cheryl doing music, and Star will be doing the invocation to kick us off and get us centered in for our talk that will be done today by, once again, becoming one of our regulars who we love, is Stef Swink, who is also a practitioner with us. So at this time, buckle your seatbelts, get ready to have some fun as we bring. Oh, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. I forgot that. Not that I think I know who's playing the Bengals. And,
Bengals, dude. Yeah.
And the who help.
That's all that matters, really.
Oh, we're gonna be in trouble, Cheryl.
I know, you're right.
The Rams. It's the Rams. The Bengals and the Rams. So you take it away, my love. Sing us in. And I'll see you in a minute.
Go sports ball.
Okay.
All right, everyone. We're going to do a beautiful song by Michael Gott. I'm going to go through it a little bit, then we're going to have a beautiful invocation, and then you can sing along. The words will be on screen. Come together, heart and soul, as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together, together in one song. Come together, from different worlds we are drawn together. In our own way we can pray together. Together we are strong. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. I'm going to invite Star Starrett in. She is going to do our invocation today. Good morning, Star.
Good morning, Cheryl. What a beautiful song. Yes, let's come together. All right. Right here, right now, let's come together in the peace that I am, in the joy that I am, in the love that I am. Right here and right now, sitting exactly where you are. It is this peace, this presence, this power, this infinite intelligence, bringing us all together as one. Right here and right now, there is peace, internal peace, in each and every one of us. And this thread that spiritually moves through, for, and as each and every one of us is here to bless this session, this day, this perfect rendition of who and what we really are. And so knowing that, and knowing that this day serves its purpose beautifully, that the message that is heard by everyone. that it goes out into the world through our vibration of the love that we are already. And so knowing this, I release this day, this service, and all who are involved. I release it all into the law of being that says yes. Yes, it is so. And so, as it will be done, it is done. As together we say, and so it is.
And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much, Star.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. So these lyrics will be on screen, and I welcome you to sing along. Come together, heart and soul, as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together, together in one song. Come together, from different worlds we are drawn together. In our own way we can pray together. Together we are strong. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. Come together, dreams in hand, we will join together to build a place we can grow together. Together we are home. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. Come together, heart and soul, as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together, together in one song. Together, together in one song. Okay, we're going to welcome Sue Fulmer back, and she is going to do our sacred reading today. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, and thank you. What a beautiful song. So let's come together as one family and keep that enthusiasm growing to read our sacred covenant together. You know, we believe that thoughts are things, and put your enthusiasm and love out into the universe, and let's create something wonderful together. So repeat with me. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. In knowing that I am one with this life, I know that I am one with all of its blessed expressions, which include the presence of a new minister for my beloved spiritual community. Because I know that the highest purpose of my new minister is to express God, I therefore know that my new minister reveals wholeness. I further know that my new minister is the fulfillment of that which we believe, for it is written, "Let us learn to draw the divine substance down into our own lives, and as freely as it has been given to us, let us give it to others. Thus alone shall we be made whole." by Ernest Holmes. As I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister revealed before me as growing the center in joy and prosperity. I now intend to experience my new minister in full cooperation and agreement with my community, knowing the truth about myself. For I live the presence and law of God. I demonstrate wisdom through a mature understanding of the wholeness of life. I am accountable and willing to take full responsibility for my actions. I participate in and support the nurturance and guidance of the community. I act from wholeness and congruence in thought, word, and action. I walk the talk. Here, express your own personal truth. I embrace. I now accept the highest expression of a new minister into my life, knowing that they are revealed in a way that expresses God and serves the highest and greatest good for all who are touched by their presence. I am grateful, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Thank you so much, Sue. So we are in February. Happy almost Valentine's Day, everyone. Our theme this month is inner life, and today's topic is pause and find the cause. Pause and find the cause. Why might we want to do that? Ernest Holmes offers this. He said that practically the whole human race is hypnotized because it believes what someone else told it to think. So imagine how powerful it would be to unroot some beliefs that we may not even agree with, but might be embedded in us. Ernest also brings the good news saying, let the inner ear listen to the voice of truth that is always speaking. Similarly, this song is a reminder to get out of our way, to go within, and to connect to that voice inside us. The times are surely changing, the days are rearranging. I feel the unfamiliar moving in. I could be so uncertain, trying to see behind the curtain, but there's nothing there for proving or to win. And so I go inside, I let my mind be quiet, I take those roads that I put off for tonight. I take the time to heal, to see, to breathe, to feel. And spirit's there everywhere. And when I lose myself, I find it. The news sends out its warning, and the world responds in mourning. How to hold it all without being consumed. Dear ones near and far seem farther, and fear wants us not to bother. But love can always find a way to bloom. And so I go inside, I let my mind be quiet, I take those roads that I put off for tonight. I take the time to heal, to see, to breathe, to feel. And spirit's there everywhere. Yes, I will go inside and let my mind be quiet. I take those roads that I put off for tonight. Spirit's there everywhere. And when I lose myself, I find it. Okay, Chris, back to you, buddy.
There I am, and there you are. Cheryl, I just so adore that song. I really do. It's so
COVID
beautiful.
inspired for sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
It's
Appreciate
there.
that.
It's here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you. No, we'll see it. We'll see you at the end of service. All right, at this time, it's my privilege and honor to welcome our guest speaker, Stef Swink. There she is. Hello. How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was looking at all your different things. Your Facebook site. What is that called again? I saw it and I can't remember. I was going to mention it
On
today.
Facebook? Oh,
Yeah.
My ministry is called Loving Life Services.
Yeah, and so you guys can find her there, and then also at stefswink.com. Is that correct? So Steph is going to be doing our talk today. Look forward to hearing what you have to say. I will leave you be, and
Here.
see you at the end of service.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Sunday, everybody. As always, it is such a joy to be a part of this community. I was thinking this is probably the 4th or 5th time I've had the privilege of being with you. And there's something that I so value about just the wisdom of how things work, including through one of my favorite things that I call synchronicity. And we were talking about this before service. So the talk title that I went with was the one that is put out there to all of the Centers for Spiritual Living communities from the home office as a way of support. They provide a theme and talk titles, and speakers and ministers can choose to go with those or not go with those. And so I always like to just dive into what is offered, because I know there's going to be some amazing wisdom showing up there. And so the talk title today is Pause and Find the Cause. And I had to laugh because the very last time I was with you, I don't know the exact date, but it was towards the end of November. And I had just stepped into doing my first ever sabbatical, one that wasn't brought about by some kind of a crisis. It was a soul calling to slow down, to go within, to listen. And the very last thing I did before deeply entering that sabbatical was to speak and share with you. And so here we are again. You guys are my bookends of my sabbatical, because I came out of that and back into active ministry, being with clients and mentoring about 2.5 or so weeks ago. So here I am, and the talk title, Pause and Find the Cause, is ideal. And it occurred to me when I was thinking about this idea of pausing, I realized that what I had the privilege of doing and taking that sabbatical that lasted about 6 weeks through the holiday season was an extremely, what's the word I want to say? It's a luxurious thing, meaning I was extremely privileged to be able to do that. And not only that, but it makes me realize not only how much my life has changed over these many years. I've been a practitioner now for 22 years, and how different I viewed things and what was possible for me all those years ago. But I also realized that that luxury of pausing may seem like something that is elusive to many, many folks. And so, of course, I had to look up the word, you know how I am. And pause means this: to interrupt action and to temporarily stop, to interrupt action. And so it's not necessary to take 6 weeks of pulling back from your normal activities in order to experience this. It can happen in a 5-minute meditation. But I wanted to talk too about these, the synonyms of this word. And hopefully some of these would inspire those of you who are listening to and watching this talk to consider the wisdom of pausing. So some of those synonyms are breathing space, intermission. I like this one, recess. Doesn't that make you think, hey, it's recess? I remember when the bell would ring and we would all just run out onto the playground and play. So how about a little recess? And then these two really got me: to interrupt or to shake. And it occurs to me that pausing is oftentimes something that many of us, or I should just speak for myself, might have a tendency to avoid because of what it might actually shake up, what it might bring up into our awareness. I remember years ago, I had my first meditation buddy, an accountability buddy. Okay, we're going to meditate. every day, every morning. And I was so surprised and a little dismayed that as I was doing that, that my meditation just included me sitting there lighting a candle and crying and not knowing why. And so pausing, meditating, spiritual practice is really designed to shake us up, to bring up into our awareness that which we might be running on, like Cheryl talked about in that quote from Ernest Holmes. Pausing can shake us up to recognize the beliefs, the race consciousness, if you will, that might be fueling our choices, our behaviors. And when we pause, we get some clarity. When we pause, we stay with it long enough, like I finally did. I finally stopped crying during meditation. And just now it is a completely different experience. And it continues to change my experience of pause. So, all right. So I talked about it being a luxury, but I also want to just go back to that idea that I said about how a 5-minute pause, even, let's face it, a 30-second pause can change, transform, and redirect some of our automatic knee-jerk reactions and behaviors. And so one of my favorites, and I talk with my clients a lot about this, is when we are feeling riled up, news, spouse that says something that irritates us, somebody cuts us off in traffic, the easiest way to find our way back to truth is to simply place your hand on your heart. I love the image of the doorway to the heart opening inward. So when you do that, it's an invitation, and the wisdom that exists in your heart and the movement of your physical body in doing this opens that door and redirects us. So why wait? Why not just dive in and experience this together right now? So if you could bring up the very first slide that I sent you right now, I would so appreciate that. That one right there. Yesterday when I was putting the final touches on this talk, I just love how when we're open to it, how much the universe supports us. So this little meme here, this beautiful creation, was something that a friend of mine that was helping me in my ministry a few years ago, I was doing something called a monthly message. And I just had in my meditation yesterday that there was an image that would be perfect for what we're talking about today. So I found two. And so this one, obviously, pause and notice the details of this moment. Breathe. Love is right here. So let's pause together. Let's do that right now, right here on this Sunday morning together. Just going to ask you to close your eyes. Let your breath be full and just pause. Just notice anything that comes up. Doing your best to let go of any judgments, right, wrong, good, bad. Just notice what comes up as you pause and breathe. And so just staying in that place of stillness together, right where we are together, just like the song. I'm going to ask you to just imagine that the door to your heart right in this moment is opening inwards. And that energy of love, that power so infused with the creation and the expression of all of life is right here. And just keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to read to you what Ernest Holmes, our founder, has to say about love. So just take this in this quiet moment. Love is the central flame of the universe, nay, the very fire itself. It is written that God is love, and that we are his, its, hers, expressed likeness. We are the image of the eternal being. Love is self-givingness through creation. That line. Love is self-givingness through creation. The impartation of the divine through the human. A little bit more. Love is an essence and an atmosphere which defies analysis, as does life itself. It is that which is and cannot be explained. It is common to all people, to all animal life and plant life. Love reigns supreme over all. So thank you for being willing to do that with me. It might be something a little different when you're listening to a Sunday message, to stop the listening of another, although I appreciate your listening, and to just pause and listen to your own heart. And so pause and find the cause. You know, I think about what is the motivation? What are we looking for the cause of? And once again, what came through was another thing that Ernest Holmes talks about when he's describing what God is. So in essence, what we are. And he says this in Science Mind. There is a universal mind, a spirit, an intelligence that is the origin of everything. It is first cause. So this is the whole point of pausing to find the cause, is to recognize that first cause, the power of creation through everything, that it exists right here in us. And so often we are distracted, are we not? I mean, that is just the word for the times. There is so many different things that is pulling our energy. You know, just yesterday, my husband and I decided that starting this coming week, we are going to do a screen-free Sundays. And we both are excited and also a little bit nervous about what that's going to look like, what that's going to feel like. So Saturday night, before we go to sleep, phones turned off, go in the drawer, and they don't come out until Monday morning. Just an idea. I'll check in with you next time I'm with you, let you know how we did. But what an idea to pause, to turn away from the screens, from the social media, from all of the distractions, and to give ourselves that opportunity is an opening for that realization that we have within us that state, that same creative stuff as the divine. So even though we're influenced, no question about it, we are influenced by what's going on in the world, by what's happening with the people around us, choices that others make, we ultimately are the first cause of our own experience. And so what I'd love to do now is just bring up that second quote. You'd be so kind. Here's the other one. Here's the other little gift that revealed itself to me yesterday. So I love this. Love is like God or Great Spirit. It is either invisible or you see it everywhere. So of course tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and you know, this whole old concept, you know, it's mostly focused around romantic love, I realize, and yet I just want to take a moment to consider what is written here. Love is like God or Great Spirit. It's either invisible to us or we see it everywhere. And the shift that can take place, we can go from a moment of not feeling like we can recognize God in ourselves or anybody else, and we can pause, we can go within, and that truth moves back into our awareness if we give it just the tiniest little window. So last thing I want to say about this particular quote here is what Ernest Holmes mirrors about it either being invisible or everywhere. Ernest Holmes says, the essence of love, while elusive, pervades everything. It fires the heart, stimulates the emotions, renews the soul, and proclaims the spirit. And so if we're going to explore this whole idea of pausing to find the cause, this is it. To recognize that we are that. And I think that there isn't, perhaps it's true, that there have been times in the past of this long journey of humankind on this planet where in an awakening to the truest essence, that love essence, that God essence in us was called for. It's so fascinating to me that the way that is a challenge for so many of us on this planet right now, and how there's so much agreement Have you noticed that, well, that we're in trouble? There's so much agreement that between economic and political strife and the what's happening with the environment, and then of course the pandemic, all of these challenges, I believe, are really part of this divine intelligence that is evolving itself. And it's evolving itself through everything that exists. So in this philosophy, we believe and we say that everything is spirit, everything. So I go back to my friend and a mentor for a while, Barbara Marx Hubbard, who said that we are in the midst of an evolution of consciousness, an evolution of consciousness. And we have a choice to make, to either get caught up in and be swept along by the seemingly more universal agreement of how challenging things are. And I'm not saying to deny it by any stretch of the imagination. I am saying that we can, in any given moment, choose something deeper, choose love for ourselves, for those around us, and for this world. So this word evolve, I've always loved it. And it's been in many of my prayers and in my sacred covenants for my ministry over the years. And I had a new experience, a new idea come to me through a class that I'm taking right now about evolve. And I just want to share this, just touch on it. We're actually going to dive in and discuss it a little bit more when we meet in our community meeting on Zoom after service. So hope you'll join us for that. But this idea of evolving, I'm going to share it with you. It's not branded in my brain yet. It's very new, so I'm going to read some of this with you. So to evolve, evolution is a gradual process by which something changes. So evolution is gradual. I realize that we play a part in this and we can choose it. So stay with me here. It is biological and it is a group activity. Evolution is a group activity. And in this way of thinking that I'm sharing, it is considered to be slow motion growth. So here's something a little different to consider. That's really kind of firing me up right now. And it's the word initiation, to initiate something. So here we're back to this finding the cause. To initiate is the act or instance of causing to begin. Causing to begin. So rather than being swept up in maybe the slower evolutionary process, we make a conscious choice to cause, to begin. It is conscious, it is physiological, and it is an individual activity. So in this perspective, we might consider ourselves initiates, if we choose to be. If we're an initiate, then we are initiating by our own spiritual growth, by what we are choosing, what we're choosing to believe, what we're choosing to nurture, what we're choosing to experience. So in this way, if we do this, if we choose to be an initiate and we consciously choose to be the cause of change, then it adds a turbo, I wouldn't say turbified, that is not a word, but I like it. It turbocharges evolution. And maybe, just maybe, that has something to do with how you and I, anybody who's with us in this service today, anybody who watches this video down the line, anybody who's been involved on a spiritual path of any kind, whether it's through this particular philosophy or another, we are open to, we are searching for, and I want to say we are claiming that we are initiates, that we are initiating something new. Recognizing this gives us no out, I want to say, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's not okay to succumb sometimes to just feeling a bit overwhelmed and exhausted. Let ourselves have our human experience. Absolutely. Not make ourselves wrong for it, but then initiate something new. And so, again, join us after service in that Zoom and we'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm just curious what your thoughts might be around this idea. And so just going to bring up one more little thing here before we complete for today. And just have to acknowledge that tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And this whole idea of love that has been interwoven with this idea of pausing to find the cause and pausing to recognize love. I just felt compelled, this is actually this morning, just to acknowledge that love is incredible, it's beautiful, it's creative, it's powerful. And sometimes that power, when we open our hearts in this human experience, it can feel like love breaks our hearts. And so sometimes this particular holiday, I'm thinking of a couple of people who I know well in my life, one who I spoke to recently, he's talking about how he didn't like Valentine's Day because he didn't have a Valentine's. And so I just acknowledge that sometimes love can be painful and break our hearts. And I want to give a special thanks and a little shout out to my dear friend and prayer partner, Reverend Patrick Soren. He's also giving a talk today in another community. And we were sharing in our call this week. And he shared this new, something new to me, this ancient Japanese art. And if you could bring up the next slide for me, it'd be so great. So this is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? This is incredible. And I just am so grateful to Patrick for this. So let's see if I can get this, if I can pronounce this right. So this ancient Japanese art is called kintsugi. And I'm going to share with you about this and how it applies to us and matters of broken hearts. So this particular form of art is when a bowl, like this beautiful bowl, is broken into pieces, like our hearts can sometimes feel broken. And then what the artist does is puts it back together with gold. So that's actual gold in the cracks there. And so symbolically, this is the idea that the art form is built on the idea that in embracing our flaws, our imperfections, or our hurts, we create an even stronger and more beautiful piece of art. And so this applies to our hearts and to our lives. And so I continue with this piece. Sometimes the process, I love this, sometimes the process of repairing things that have broken, in doing so, we actually create something more unique, more beautiful, and more resilient. And so this is my invitation to you. I'm hoping that you will consider joining me and joining this community and the broader community in choosing to be that gold, to be that not only for ourselves and our own broken hearts, but to be that gold, to be that love that puts broken things back together in an even more beautiful and more resilient way. And I love knowing that we have the power to do this. I mean, the alternative is not so great. And I'm just thrilled because I want to close today with a prayer. And I'm going to include in this prayer, imagining that I have your agreement, that you're going to join me in being that gold, in being that love that puts our own broken hearts back together and anything that might seem broken in the people that we love, whether we're even speaking to them or not, to being that power that brings something back into its experience of wholeness. And, you know, we can do this for people that we don't even know, for people that are living their lives on the other side of this planet, in a completely different culture, in a different language, anywhere where there's something that on this human level feels or is experiencing itself as broken. We have the power, if we choose to wield it, to be that gold, to put ourselves and this beautiful planet back together. So I'm so grateful to be with you again today to explore this idea of love. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. I'm grateful that we chose to come together today to explore this idea of pausing and finding the cause and recognizing that within ourselves. So let's go into prayer together. Let's pause. I'm going to do it again as we go into prayer, and just let the silence have us collectively for a few moments so that love can speak to our hearts, push that door open inwards just a little bit wider, and then let love have its way with us. I'm so grateful for its presence and your presence today. Let's go with them. So what a glorious thing life is. What a glorious thing love is. I am so profoundly grateful for my personal awareness and my personal gratitude for love, for life. And I know that this gratitude and this energy extends out from me right now and connects me heart and soul, not only with the beautiful beings sharing this experience on this gorgeous Sunday with me, but to the wider family of humanity. I know that there is a oneness, a deep something that is waking up in each of us, a realization and a recognition of our connection to each other, to all forms of life, and to the infinite creative energy of love. And so I recognize that this power, this agreement on this day is touching the hearts of each and every person on this planet. And anywhere in those lives, in my life and in every life, where there may have been an experience of a crack or a brokenness, I know that the power of love is the gold that brings us back together. No matter how long something may have seemed to be broken, no matter how much pain or heartache or challenge this human experience may have brought into any life, I recognize that the power of love is first cause. And we recognize our oneness with this and bring it forth into our consciousness and into our choices and into our actions. And so every relationship is blessed. And I lift this up in faith, knowing that the power of God, the power of love, knows exactly what to do, where to go, where to bring that light. And that is happening right here, right now. And so I celebrate the expansion of joy and freedom. I celebrate the deep realization and the tangible feeling of connection that we feel with one another. Thank you, love. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. And together we let go. And in faith, we absolutely know that as we release this prayer and this time together today, that it is manifest. It is blossoming right here, right now, in the most beautiful ways. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is.
So it is.
Ah, great talk. So needed at the moment. You know how that is. You in this moment, this past weekend, I had a shelf fall off the wall that broke a bowl that I was quite fond of, which I put into the trash. But by that shelf falling off the wall, I found out that there was a leak and that my carpet was wet underneath where the shelf was. And that began another leak. So right now in my next room, I have water dripping from the ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
But I shut the water off, so it's not going to be long. But I'm just like, there's love in this somewhere, and I'm going to have
There
to.
it is.
They're going to have to rip my walls out, but we're going to put them back together with some glue and some beauty and some love and some attention, and just be
Yes,
grateful for whatever this is unfolding in my life right now. So your
absolutely.
talk was spot on for me. So thank you once
Wonderful.
again, and we'll
You're
see
so
you to
welcome.
further delve into this lovely conversation in the Zoom meeting, and we'll see you there. All right?
Good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Blessings
Okay.
all.
Bye. Okay, everyone, it is time for our announcements. And to start with our announcements, we are going to start about our in-person gathering that's coming on February 26th. Check out that place. That's exactly where we are meeting. And yes, there will be a bonfire in the middle. And I believe we are offering s'mores. And it's a bring your own bag lunch or snack or whatever you'd like to bring for lunch, and join us there. These gatherings are quite fun. Last time we had quite a few new people, and hopefully every time we'll get new people. And it's that connection that we've longed for so long. But anyway, our book club is also quite powerful. It's the book Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. I've been in it almost every Thursday at 6 on Zoom. You just go to the link on the website and it brings you right in, just like we do with the Zoom meeting on Sunday. I'll tell you, this book is so powerful, and all of us that are in this book club, we keep pushing it out. It's just extending because there's so much in-depth conversation in each chapter that we find there's just not enough time in the hour to advance through a couple chapters. So each of us gratefully is like, well, so we'll just have to extend this book for another week. So you can join in at any time just to check it out and hear the conversation. I'm sure you'll find it quite lovely. So come join us on Thursdays. Now it's time for our offerings. You can give in several different ways. You can give on PayPal through our website, the CSLSG.org. There's a lot of stuff on CSLSG.org. You get into the Zoom link and lots of other things, but there's a donation page, or you can send a check to CSLSG, PO Box 3132 in St. George. Of course, we are working towards a physical location once again. I mean, that is in our future, no doubt. And so it is your tithing and your support that is bringing us closer and closer to that. So you can scan that little QR code down there, and boop, your phone will bring you right to a link, and you just fill out the information and spread the love. And our community care circle is a group of our members who provide compassionate support through calls, cards, and prayers. So if you have a loved one that's, just in need of some attention or some outside support, or anything, just if you just feeling alone and you feel like you don't have a community, contact us, and our community care circle will get in touch with you, and they'll provide you with what you need. Also, our prayer requests through practitioners, since we're not in person, we don't have a little prayer room, but we can do it online. And you can also just mail a prayer request to prayer at CSLSTGeorge.org, or call us at that number below. And starting today, in our Zoom meeting, if you'd like prayer, you can, here's the information for our Zoom meeting. Just access the meeting. I've already talked about it pretty much on our website, and it starts at noon, which is just a few minutes from now. And just join us there. And like I was about to say, today we are going to have a practitioner available, and Zoom offers a little breakout room, and we can put you into a little private room. So if you're in need of prayer with, I think there is another slide there, Marina. Maybe it's stuck. There it is. So Stef will be the practitioner today, and we'll put you in a little private room with Stef if you need prayer for anything. It doesn't have to be something bad or troublesome in your life. It can be for something new and positive and life affirming. So it'll be just around 5 minutes. And if Star is possibly going to be tied up in another engagement, we'll have another practitioner there available for you today. So that's a new thing, and we look forward to you in the Zoom meeting. And if you need prayer, just call on us. So next Sunday, I love these two talks. Forgive to Live will be next Sunday, and then the following will be the Ultimate Fear Buster. And that is with Eugene Holden, who has definitely been with us probably close to a year, over a year now. And Savannah, if you didn't hear her talk a few weeks ago, or a week before last, or whenever, I don't know anything about time. But anyway, she's a young minister here with CSL, and she gives a dynamic talk, and she'll be doing that Ultimate Fear Buster. So it's time for our closing affirmation. And Marina's going to pop all of our lovely little faces in. Are we all here?
We're here.
Yay! Take it away, Sue.
Okay. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all that I do.
I am it, I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is becoming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. Goodbye, everybody.
Yay,
Thanks for
team.
joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll
Thanks
see you
for
in the
being here,
Zoom
Stef.
meeting.
All right, see
Good
you
stuff.
soon.
Bye.